Hi there, and welcome back to the Real Makeup Show. My name is Shawnelle Prestidge, and I'm your resident real makeup artist. And for this episode, we're going to focus on lining your eyes. Okay, so I'm going to use, now this is a principle that we can use for liquid, cream liner, or wet eyeshadow. Okay, so let me move everything out of the way and get started. Things back here. So as you can see, I've got pretty much everything except for my liner and my mascara on. Okay, so I wanted to have everything ready so that the look would be done after I do my lining and my mascara. Alright, so let's get on to it. I am going to start with a dark shadow. This one is called Nehru, and it is a MAC shadow. Not quite black, but it's very dark. It's kind of got a hint of navy to it. I'm also starting with my angle brush. This one's a MAC one. Any angle brush will do as long as it's stiff enough, but not too rough, not too hard on the edge. Okay, so I'm going to place this, press it down into the product, pick it up, tap it, do it once again. And we tap that because we want to get rid of the excess drift. We don't want that to sort of end up all over our face. So I'm going to lean in now. I'm going to use a little hand mirror to help me because my other mirror is way too far away and won't be able to see. And before we begin, you can see I have a sort of a tiny bit of an asymmetry. One of my lids, this lid, is a little bit more prominent than this one over here. Okay, so we're going to be strategic about the placement of the shadow so that I don't look like, don't end up amplifying the discrepancy or the asymmetry. What I want to do is bring that more into balance with the lining. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you is how to start the line. We're going to go and do a line. I will start at the corner, but I'm basically going to have a full line and bring it up into a wing. Okay, we're going to do this in increments, and the premise is going to be do what you want. You can use this premise and go as far as you want to go with it. Okay, so first thing is I'm going to try not to cover anything up here. I'm going to tilt my head back. I like to pull the lid a little bit taut. Oftentimes, no matter how young you are, the lid can be a little bit loose. So if you can, I'm going to stop knocking things around over here and move some stuff out of the way. If you can hold the skin taut, it's going to give you a lot more control. Okay, so I'm going to hold that taut, and I'm going to start to introduce a little bit of color at the lash line, the outer corner, and I'm going to make my way in. Now, at any point, if you think that you're getting the desired effect that you like, you can stop. I could stop here if I wanted to, but I don't think I would do that. It doesn't take the fullest advantage of the shape of my eye. I want to go further with this. Okay, so then we're going to go in. Again, we're going to down. And as I'm going towards the corner, I am making the line a bit thinner. Okay? And then I'm just I'm kind of pressing it into the skin and moving in tiny little strokes rather than trying to get one full sweep. It's very hard to do that with any great success, unless you've been doing it forever and wouldn't have any need for this tutorial. Okay, so that's what I'm doing, bringing it out. Obviously, the thicker you go with a line, the more dramatic the effect. And I'm going to start now. I've gotten to the corner, so I'm going to angle my brush in such a way that it is in line with the overall line of the corner of my eye. I want to just start to kind of press and make a little wing, okay? So I'm pressing the shadow there from the corner and just kind of almost a little beyond the length of the brush. Okay, I'm just kind of pressing it and pulling it ever so slightly. So that's giving me a winged line look. Now I want to keep going with this, so this is a good jump off point because I can see what's going on. I've not overtaken my eye with this line. I'm just going in baby steps so that I can really control the outcome of how this is going to look. Alright, so here we go. Keep it. Now I'm going to try to graduate the corner. So I am making it a little bit thicker right here. And I'm going to bring it up a little bit more. Bring that wing up a tiny bit more. And I think that looks pretty nice. Now we can keep on going with it. But I think we'll stop here for now. And this is a very classic sort of glamour look, the classic sort of 50s glamour. Obviously you can integrate this kind of liner into any kind of modern version of this if you so choose, but I kind of think because of the way that I did my shadow, I kind of left the lid a little bit light. I added a little contour in the crease. It's not too dark. Kind of sort of renders that classic glamour from the 50s. Okay, for the other side. Now, as I said before, this lid is smaller. So I want to make my line, I want it to be balanced with the line on the other side, but not quite as thick throughout because I need to make it look in balance. Okay, if I make it too thick, then I throw the balance off and I really just play to my asymmetry. Okay, so again, starting with outer corner here. Let's see, I'll get that closer to you. Boy, boy. Okay. Pressing the product down. Now, why I start with, even if the ultimate goal is to use a liquid liner, why I start with the shadow and the angle brush is because you can control this product. You can control where everything goes, and shadow can be blended very easily. Liquid liner cannot, as I'm sure many of you have discovered. Okay, so we start here, and this is basically, so for some people this is enough drama, and that's fine. Like I said, if your ultimate goal is to do a liquid liner, start here. And even if your liquid line isn't totally flawless, because you have this as a base down and the edges are a little bit softer because it's a shadow, you can pull it off and it can still look like it's pretty tidy. Without this underneath, you know how messy a liquid liner can look. Even if in the hands of total pros, it can look terrible. Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm not covering myself up here so that everybody can see what's going on.